as you know, we have 5 practitioners in our class now, so whenever Michelle is not here, she usually calls someone from another center to come in and participate, but since she has us available, and it's one thing that we have to begin to do in class anyway, this is a great opportunity for us to begin to do it. So I'm going to start first, just a brief reading from one of my favorite authors, Neil Donald Walsh, and then Jane's going to come through it, and then we're going to do, because we had such a fantastic Wednesday night Carol meditation. I mean, it was so much fun. It was so, I mean, it was so high. So many people came out. It was just so beautiful. We're going to do some Carol this morning. That's okay?
Okay.
All right. We all know that, next week is, the big day, the big holiday. Merry Christmas, a very happy time of year for so many people. Yet for many others who have suffered deep losses this holiday season are facing very large challenges, this can be a difficult time. And understandably so, for some people, everything that was important to them has been taken away. But for all of us, at some point in time, there comes a time when all that's left is God. It happens in most people's lives more than once. It's that moment when you feel totally and completely isolated. It's that time when you feel that no one is hearing you. You are really all alone. There is no one else, even when there is someone else in the room. There is nothing more, even when there is plenty more all around. There is only you, even when the world surrounds you. Perhaps especially when the world surrounds you, there is only you. There always comes times when all that's left is God. Nothing else matters. Nothing else has any meaning. Nothing else calls to you, magnetizes you, demands your attention, or even is worthy of it. It seems to me in this moment, when this moment arises, it's either when everything has been taken away from you and there's nothing left, or when you've acquired everything that you could possibly ever want in life. When that moment arrives, it seems like it's a great relief or a great release of letting go. But yet for many of us, there's still a tiny part of our being that yearns for the single thing that so many of us have never experienced or never had, and that's complete acceptance and unconditional love. Somebody to love me just the way that I am, just the way that God made me. We have not been able to find that in another. We thought we could find it in anybody else. We hope that we could find it in somebody else, but we can't. We can't even find it in ourselves most of the times. And because we can't find it in ourselves, we cannot give it to another. And that's why we can't find it there. For we cannot find anywhere what we have not placed anywhere. And we have not placed complete acceptance and unconditional love anywhere. We can't even be okay with the weather. We'll always find something to complain about around everything. So when we seek what's not there, because everything that we seek to find in life has to be placed there by us. If it's not placed there by us, we won't find it. What we do not place into life, we do not find because we are the only source that there is. God within us is all that there is. If we can't find forgiveness in our lives, it's because we've not placed it there. We can't find compassion. We cannot find tolerance. We cannot find mercy, peace, acceptance, love in our lives. It's because we haven't placed it there. All of these things we have to place into life. First into our own life, and then into another's life. Well, some of us do the flip. We give to others before we give to ourselves. It's not suggested to take care of home things first before you do for others. For most of us, it's been nearly impossible to give to ourselves what we most want to receive. And that's usually forgiveness, compassion, love, mercy, acceptance. Most of us can't even give these things to ourselves because we know too much about ourselves. We think ourselves to be unworthy of having these things. We imagine ourselves to be something other than what we really are. We cannot see the divinity that divinity itself has placed within us. We cannot see the innocence. We can't see the perfection of our imperfection. And because we cannot see these things in ourselves, we cannot give ourselves what we most want to receive. Yet, because we are not totally blind to what is good and worthy in the world, we're often able to see these things in others. We can often see divinity in others. We can often see innocence in others and that perfection of their imperfection in others. And so, we actually can give others forgiveness, compassion, tolerance, peace, and all that other wonderful stuff? We can, but the question really is, will we? Too often we don't. Because of our own wounds, we cannot heal the wounds of others, and so we deny our world the things our world needs the most. We deny our world forgiveness, compassion, and tolerance, acceptance, and love. And we deny these things to our world, we deny these to ourselves. For what we have not placed into the world, we cannot receive from the world. So let the golden rule stand and be repeated. What we have not placed into the world is basically saying, do unto others. We cannot receive from the world as you would have them do unto you. That's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So there comes a time where we realize that we are the only sources there is. No one is going to give to us what we're trying to get from the world. The first place we find this out is basically in our relationships. We're all unable or willing to give to another what we will not receive from the other. If we cannot give the person across the room forgiveness or compassion or acceptance or love, we cannot look to the person across the room to give us forgiveness, compassion, and love. For they only have to give what we have given them. I know it sounds like a loop, but it's if you think about it, the way I see this and interpret this for myself is that if I see beautiful Shamika, Shamika is trying to give me love, but I only see Shamika as, the absence of love. No matter how many things Shamika tries to do to show me love, everyone in this room can see Shamika trying to show me love. If I don't see that love coming from Shamika, it's not going to be, if I don't give that love to her, to see that perception of love in her, it's never going to be in my existence. So I cannot give the love from her, even though she's given it to me. I won't ever be able to receive it because I can't see it. I can't perceive it. Even though everyone else can perceive it, I can't. So that's what that means. So imagine a relationship that the other person has what we don't have. Therefore, they can supply it to us. But this is the great illusion. This is the great mistake. And this is the great misunderstanding. And this is the reason why so many relationships begin to fail. We imagine the other is going to supply us with forgiveness, with tolerance, with acceptance, with peace and love. We imagine that the other is going to supply us what we cannot supply to ourselves. And then we become angry with the other. And then we become angry with ourselves. And then we realize that there's nothing left but God. We turn to God then and ask God, please God, give me forgiveness, give me compassion, give me tolerance, mercy, peace, and acceptance and love. Please give it to me so that I can give it to others. And I know that the world right now is quickly feeling this turning point. People are losing things. People are losing things at tumultuous rates. We're coming to understand. We're coming to that blanket substance that God really is all that there is. We're coming to understand that God is the only and original source. Now all that we need to do is understand that there is no separation between God and us. We and God are one. God and I are one. We are all the same being. When we grasp this foundational understanding, when we embrace finally this basic truth, we will change our lives, our relationships, and essentially this world. Until then, we will not. And we'll wait for the moment when we realize that there's nothing left but God. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we'll arrive at this moment before we create it in the most tumultuous way, ruin our relationships, ourselves, and our world. Conversation with God describes it this way. It's not necessary to go through hell in order to get to heaven. We don't have to be in our cyclones of selfless. This is not who we are. We cannot be separate from each other. I don't care how much we try. We are divinely connected. It is just the truth of the matter. So when we see God in every other person, just like somebody was saying, when we see God in every person, everything, every situation, every association, every business venture, every boardroom, every bedroom, every family room, every church, every synagogue, that's God. When we recognize that, we'll have dropped our illusions and stepped away from our childish imaginings, and we'll treat everything and everyone as if she or he is divine, because that's who we are. We are divine reflections of the Most High. That's what this season is all about. Jesus came. If you believe Jesus was the incarnation of God, I believe that. Why not? Most people believe in Bigfoot, but not Jesus Christ. So if Jesus came to be, it didn't come exception. Jesus came to be the example to show us, hey, these things that I'm doing, you can do them too. This is what God put into each of us. Use it. And if you don't think that will change your life and your growth, think again. Change is a wonderful thing. Embrace it. It's the pathway to the soul.